Well, hello. Welcome to today. We're gonna work on some dividing of mixed numbers, which is going to look very similar to lots of things that you've seen because it's really a lot of the same steps. So one thing that I do want to check in with you on is your organization, because I'm looking around my desk and I have papers piled up everywhere. See this pile of papers right there? And some random pens thrown in here that I like. And then over here, I just have a bunch of stuff left out that is not taken care of. And that's me upside down. But I want to check in with you because I know that I need reminders to organize, and you probably do as well. So take a little bit of time, pause this video for a second, straighten your space up. I'm going to do it, I promise, after the video, and I'll show you tomorrow or my next video that I did it, okay? All right, so lesson 2.3, it's on page 72 in your Big Ideas math book. We're dividing mixed numbers. So here's 2.3. The key idea is right at the top. Guys, this is a pretty basic key idea. You're just going to write each mixed number as an improper fraction. And then you just do your division, which means you flip the second fraction, you change your sign to multiplication, cross cancel, multiply, simplify, done. Okay? It's the same steps. We just keep repeating them and keep repeating them and keep repeating them and know when we apply what skill. All right. So this first example is 2.5 divided by 3/8. So your first step is rewriting 2 1/4 divided by 3/8. So the first step is to rewrite it as an improper fraction. On my notes that I posted, I actually showed the steps in case you forgot. Denominator times your whole number plus your numerator all over that same denominator, okay? So you just rewrite 9/4 and then you flip the second fraction, write it as your reciprocal, and change your sign to a multiplication. And that says it right here, multiply by the reciprocal, so it tells you to change your sign. It tells you to do the reciprocal. It even tells you what your reciprocal is in case you forgot from yesterday to today. It can happen. Divide out your common factors, so cross cancel where you can. Multiply numerators, so 3 times 2 is 6. Multiply denominators, 1 times 1 is 1. Simplify, it equals 6 whole. Okay, so here's one more example. This is an example of just dividing a mixed number by a fraction, not by a mixed number. It's just a mixed number by a fraction. Let me set my book aside. Okay, I did 5 1/5 divided by 1/2. I had to rewrite as an improper fraction. So first step is to rewrite as improper fraction. Write the reciprocal of the second fraction, change your sign, and then you solve it. Cross cancel, multiply numerator, multiply denominator, simplify, ta-da. Okay. So when I write as an improper fraction, I just say 5 times 5 is 25 plus 1 is 26. That's where I got my 26. My denominator stayed the same. I flip my sign and I flip my second fraction. See that? I wrote reciprocal of 1/2, which is 2 1s. Multiply my numerators, multiply my denominators. I have 52 over 5. And then I simplify. 5 goes into 52 10 times with 2 left over. So 2 is my remainder, 5 is my denominator. Okay? Go ahead and pause your video. I want you to do, oops, where is it? Oh, there it is. On your own, number 1 and 2 on page 72. Go ahead and pause it. Pause. Okay, let's check your steps. 1 3/7 divided by 2/3. Your first step is to rewrite as an improper fraction. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. I have 10/7. I flip my sign and I write the reciprocal. So 10/7 times 3/2. I cross cancel. I can divide out my common factor, which is 2. 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 10 5 times. Multiply numerators and denominators. 5 times 3 is 15. 7 times 1 is 7. And then 7 goes into 15. 2 whole times with 1/7 remaining. Here's my answer for my second on your own. You should have 2 8/9. Great. Okay. Now we're going to look at example number 2. Oops, I'm showing a whole lot of stuff here, aren't I? Okay, how about like that? Example number 2, which is right in the book, by the way, obviously. It has you doing the same step where you write. The only thing that's different with this, guys, is that you have 2 mixed numbers that you have to rewrite as improper fractions. That's it. That's the only thing that's different. So you have 3 5/6 divided by 1 2/3. So there's my 3 and my 5/6. When I rewrite that as an improper fraction, I have 23/6. And then I had to rewrite my 1 2/3 as an improper fraction. I get 5/3. Flip the second fraction, so I have 23/6 times 3/5. I could cross cancel or divide out the 3 and the 6 because that is a common factor. I end up with 23/10. 10 goes into 23 2 times with 3 left over, so my answer is 2 3/10. Here's my second example I'm going to walk you guys through, and I didn't finish this so I could actually do it in the video. It's so cool. Okay. But where did I put my pencil? See, this is why you need a clean desk. Actually, I put my pencil in my pocket. So I picked it up because my dog was going to eat it. All right. 7 3/4 divided by 2 2/3. My first step is to rewrite as an improper fraction. 7 times 4 is 28. 28 plus 3 is 31/4 divided by, yep, you're right. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 more is 8. 8/3. I'm going to rewrite using the reciprocal of that. So 3/8 multiplication, 4 31s. Okay. Oops. That's not what I needed to do. I don't know why I do that a lot. Okay. This should be 31/4s. I did the same mistake that a lot of you guys do sometimes. Yep. Okay. Now there is nothing here that I can simplify. I know that would make my life easier, but it just doesn't work that way. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to multiply our numerators and multiply our denominators. 31 times 3 is, I know, close your cupcakes, kids. It's 93. We're going to have a big number here, I know. That's okay, though. It's 93. And then, oops, I wrote that down. 93. 4 times 8 is 32. Then I multiply my numerators, and I have to simplify this. Miss Smith, I don't know 93 divided by 32. That's okay, guys. We can do a little bit of math using a calculator. It's cool. Or you can just do it by hand because it's not going to be that big of a number. All right, so I have 93 divided by 32. Oops, my stuff's all shifty. Okay, divided by 32 is 2 wholes, right? Okay, so if I have, you can't see my writing. Okay, if I have 93 divided by 32, and I know it's 2 times 32 is 64. I can even do 93 minus 64, and I get 29. So my answer is 2 and 29 30-seconds. They don't have a common factor. That is my final answer. 2 and 29 30-seconds, kids. All right. You're on your own. It's down here at the bottom. Page 72, numbers 3 through 4. Go ahead and pause your video and then resume to check your answer. Resume. Here we go. I have 8 1/4 divided by 1 1/2. When I rewrite with improper fractions, I end up with 33/4 divided by 3/2. Remember, you change the sign and only change the second fraction. So 33/4 times 2/3. I can simplify a ton here, which is awesome. So 2 and 4 have a common factor of 2, so I divided out the 2's, and I ended up with 1 here and a 2 here. 3 and 33 have a common factor of 3, so I divided those out, and I end up with 11 2's. Once I simplify that, 5 goes in, or 2 goes into 11, 5 times with 1 left over. I have 5 1/2. Number 4. My answer is 3 1/5. Those are my steps. If you have any questions, please let me know. Your homework tonight is right here. Let me show you. Page 74. You're going to do 5 through 19 odd, which is awesome because all the answers, remember, are in the back of the book. You can check to make sure you're practicing the problems right. And then story problems 22 and 23, and that's it. That's your homework. Let me know what questions you have. We will go over these tomorrow in class just to make sure we are on the right track. See you all later.